Good evening, Fremont Community Church. How you doing this evening? I want to welcome you to another episode of The Thread. We're going through a series called Control Alt Faith. So I'm going to open with a question here, or a statement. Raise your hand or click thumbs up or something on here if you've ever opened your Bible, bowed your head to pray, only to end up scrolling Instagram 30 seconds later. I think we've all been there. I mean, our souls crave stillness. We want peace. But in our world, and our phones, and whatever other device we use, it just seems wired to sabotage this peace. So today we're going to reimagine prayer in a distracted age. I've been thinking about that a little bit, and I'm calling it Prayer 2.0. It's not this rigid ritual that our grandparents had. It's more of a rhythm of connection that kind of meets us where we are, even in chaos. See, my friends, the struggle is real. There's a reason why prayer feels harder now than it's ever been. Think about notifications buzzing constantly. I've had 3 bang on the computer since I've been online. How about multitasking? Who's a multitasker? How about our routines that are so busy that we're always in a hurry? Think about that. See, Jesus gave us the Lord's Prayer in Matthew 6, but it wasn't meant to be a script. It was meant to be a scaffold. If you're in education, you understand scaffolding lessons here. It's meant to be a framework for the honest, focused connection with God. So let's be real. The disciples didn't have TikTok. Our brains, most of the time, are pretty overstimulated. And if you're honest, guilt creeps in when we realize at the end of the day that we failed to pray. But what if distraction wasn't necessarily the sin? It was just a symptom. A sign that our soul needs new tools to help us recenter. See, when do you feel the most distracted during prayer? Type one word out there. I'll give you some ideas. Morning, stress, when you're bored. Any others? See, I'm the same way because I see notifications pop up every time I try to do something. Every time I pull up something here and I'm trying to read something that's meaningful on this phone, it seems like notifications bounce about a mile a minute at me. It'll sit here all day on my desk and I won't touch it and it won't do anything. But the minute I'm trying to do something productive or I'm looking up something for a sermon, it's going to go crazy. So let's talk about the Lord's Prayer, but let's reboot it a little bit. Because the prayer is, Jesus' model for prayer is so simple, it's shocking. So let's break it down. It starts out with Our Father. Not a multitasking CEO, our Father, because He is present in our lives. And we ask for our daily bread. That's a sign of trust. It's a sign that we know that, Lord, you will provide what we need for our day. It's not the doom scrolling the news. It's not the looking at the latest headline or the latest thing that's on TikTok. And He tells us to deliver us, allowing us to surrender our anxiety instead of curate it. See, my friends, prayer's not about eloquence. I'm going to be perfectly honest. When I was a kid, sitting in those Baptist churches and those Nazarene churches, I watched them old guys pray with these big flowery words, and I was like, Kevin can't do that. Not till I was much older did I realize that that's not what Jesus asked for of us. It's not about eloquence, my friends. It's about orientations. I mean, even 60 seconds of whispering, God, I'm here, realign me, can go a long way. Because sometimes we just need that. I do probably 400 of these prayers a day. Just, Lord, get me through this moment. Lord, help me handle this conversation right. Lord, where I'm screwing up, please let me know. See, my friends, technology, we like to bash on technology. Technology is vital in our society today. Our church almost runs off technology. But it's a tool. It shouldn't be a tyrant. There are apps on here that are really good. There's one called Hallow that'll help you pray. There's another one, they're Bible apps. There's apps for if you want to learn Greek. There's Greek translation apps. There's all these apps on here that are so beneficial to us in our walk. They got stuff in here, audio scriptures. There's another one called Breathe Prayers. They have pause and play functionality. So you say, I don't have time to read. These Bible apps will read them to you. And if you get to where you got to stop, you can hit pause, my friend. See, these apps aren't magic, but they're intentional. You can use them to anchor your wandering thoughts. Try a 1-minute audio psalm on here. Hey, jump online. Most of my videos in a week are less than 4 minutes. You just got a couple minutes. Pray with your body. Breath prayers sync, inhale, exhale, with phrases like Spirit fill me. You know what's cool about the word Yahweh? Breathe. Listen to this. Yahweh. Yahweh. Hear that? It's the same thing. Create appointment reminders. Reminders on your phone here. Schedule 3-minute times, 3-minute daily, no guilt if it falls short, prayer times. If you got a couple minutes, send an alarm, say 3 times a day. Say, hey, I'm just going to take a few minutes and spend a couple minutes with me and God. Most of us can find time in our busy schedule for a couple minutes here and a couple minutes there. And they will make a difference. Question is for you, is it possible that tech could enhance our connection with God? Or is it always a distraction? I think both of these are true to a certain extent. See, I'm not asking you to throw this in the trash. I'm not asking you to sell your TV set. I'm not asking you to banish your computer to the trash pile. This is not a digital detox I'm talking about. It's the truth, the age we live in, where we have to learn that the computer and all this stuff is discipleship in our digital age. Why do you think that I've put my stuff on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram? It's so that maybe just one person will get it. If 5,000 people watch it, maybe one person will get it. Then it's all worth it. So we're going to do something here. It's a little bit there. I'm going to play a little bit of music. And I'm going to walk us through a basic prayer. We're going to practice stillness. We're just going to practice it. So I'm going to play this song. I'm going to play it real soft. So I'm going to turn my audio way down on this because we don't want it loud. And we're going to see how this goes. This is way different for me. And we're just going to take this easy for a few minutes, nice and calm.
Beware of day trading.
Well, excuse me while I got, this is what I get for not downloading. There we go. So the first thing we do is we do adoration. We talk to our Father. Father, you are so awesome. Father, you are all powerful. And we just whisper these things to him. We just take a moment and we worship our Father just for who he is. friends, that is a simple prayer. Just a minute and a half or so there. And notice how in this time your soul feels a little bit lighter. See, prayer 2.0 that we're talking about, the prayer that we're talking about here, it's not about performance. It's about being present. When I go into the sanctuary sometimes and I just want to just get alone with God, I'll get in the sound system, I'll turn some music on, and I'll just sit there. Some days I'll just sit there and listen. It's funny, if you'll listen, he'll talk. So I want to close this real simple. This will be a short one today. First of all, your friend, your phone is not your enemy. To be perfectly honest, it's potentially an altar. So I would encourage you to make one micro shift this week. This might be as simple as deleting one app that seems to drain you and take up all your time. And download something that fuels your prayer. Download something that plays soft music. Download a prayer app that'll help you when you get stuck, because sometimes we get stuck. I call it pray on the scroll. Post a verse in your notes app. You got a notes app on your phone. Find a verse. If you want, pop it on Facebook. Send it to me. I'd be glad to read it. It'd be cool, somebody's listening. Glance at it though while you're waiting in line. When you're ready to blow up on somebody because you're sitting in the KFC line and they just won't make their order. And you're like, sir, they only sell chicken here. Would you please order? See, my friends, Jesus promised us something. He promised that your Father knows what you need before you even ask. So my friends, breathe. He's not grading you on your focus. He's not grading you on how eloquent your words are. Actually, Jesus had something to say about people that have big flowery words sometimes. He's embracing your heart. This is where he wants to be, my friends. See, I'm telling you, my friends, that I love you. But even this pastor gets too busy to pray some days. And it shows in my walk sometimes. And if this pastor can fall victim to that, I'm sure anybody can. So I'm not special. This is some things I've tried that are working a little bit. And I'm praying that it blesses somebody.